It's the video you all have been waiting for: how to pay off your debt quickly and efficiently. I'm so excited to share this video with you all, as this process has actually been how my husband and I have become debt-free except for our mortgage. It's an effective tool that you can keep track of in your budget setting tool so you can monitor and track your progress. To receive your own copy of the tool, subscribe to my email list found on my website, millsknowsbills.com. And to make sure you don't miss out on any future videos about practical budget setting tips, information from experts, or other personal finance help, subscribe to my YouTube channel here. New videos will be posted every Tuesday, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. Just to recap the past couple weeks, you now know how to set a budget and how to stick to it. Now it's time to learn how to achieve what seems to be everyone's goal at one point or another: paying off debt. I briefly discussed this in a previous video. However, I'm going to dive deeper into the topic and provide you with some examples. The debt payoff method that I'm going to explain today is called debt stacking. So what is debt stacking? In general, it means that once you've paid off one debt, you take that monthly payment and tack it onto another monthly payment for a different debt you have, and you continue this cycle until you're completely debt-free. The reason why this is easy to accomplish is because it's money you're already used to paying towards debt. It's not additional money coming out of your pockets. However, if you'd like to help expedite this process, you can actually set a portion of your discretionary income towards the first debt to get started. Before I show you how you can do this, what would you do with the money that you're currently paying towards debt? Would you take a vacation, save for higher education? Leave your answer in the comments below. Okay, so we have Tom and Carrie's budget sheet that we've used as an example throughout the entire budget setting process. And I'm going to go over here to the debt tab. And based off of the examples that I've put in here, I just chose 3 random debts: the car, the student loan, and the credit card. And remember, the credit card is only if that is a balance that you carry over month to month. Okay, it's not something that, you swipe your card, you rack up the bill, and then by the end of the month you pay it off in full. If that's the situation, you don't have to include that in your debt obligations on this sheet. However, if it's a credit card that you have $2,000 on and you are paying the minimum or paying some other amount other than the full statement balance, that is when you want to include it in this sheet. So just as a refresher, the months left column is the total amount outstanding divided by the monthly payment amount that Tom and Carrie are paying. So each item here has 100 months left. And now I'm going to show you how you can expedite your debt payoff. So this example that I'm about to show you and walk you through is going to be, the method to my madness per se. This is a way that you can visualize the dates that you theoretically could have each of these debts paid off, and it gives you a sort of timeline that you can work with. If the timeline isn't what you want, see if you can pull extra money from your discretionary income to help expedite the process sooner and get it to a timeline that you feel happy with. So oftentimes people ask me, where should I start when it comes to expediting my debt payoff? Which debt do I start with first? So when it comes to adding an additional payment towards a debt from your discretionary income, there's really 2 main theories that are out there in terms of where you can start. Number 1, you can start by looking at, out of all your debt, what has the highest interest rate, and start there. And the reason behind that is because when you have a higher interest rate on a certain loan, it compounds the interest much faster, which means in the end, you're paying a lot more interest on that loan. And then the other theory is really a psychological theory in terms of what is the smallest balance
Because psychologically, when we see something that is paid off quicker rather than later, it gives us a brief high almost. We get excited that we've accomplished something, that we've paid something off, and it gives us that little extra boost of energy, and it helps us keep going. I like to do something in the middle. So I'll take a look at, across all of my debt, what has the highest interest rate. And if there are two things that have the same interest rate or are fairly similar, but one has a significantly smaller balance than the other one, I'll start with the smaller balance. That way I can free up that payment and add it on top of the other higher interest rate payment, and it gives me that little high that I was talking about, and it helps me keep moving forward. So for this example, I'm going to show you if someone took a portion of their discretionary income and added it on top of their first debt payment, how much quicker they could pay off their debt rather than waiting 100 months for all three of their debts to be paid off. How many months would it take them to pay it off? Typically, credit cards have the highest interest rate out of all three of these. So I'm going to start with the credit cards, move on to the student loan, and then lastly, pay off the car. This number is the total amount that they are paying toward debt each month.
I hope this helped and answered your questions. If you have additional questions, feel free to reach out to me by leaving your question in the comment below, emailing me, or direct messaging me through Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. If you've watched this video and you don't have my free budget setting tool yet, subscribe to my email list found on my website, millsknowsbills.com, to get your very own copy. If you learned something new, please like the video below. And to make sure you don't miss out on any future videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell icon so you're notified every time a new video is posted. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.